Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Sage and welcome to the Executive Corner Expert Talks by Kalkine TV. In today's show, we have the co-founder of Upcover and CEO, Ms. Skye Theodorou. So insurance has come under the spotlight during the course of the pandemic, as it was found that the terms and conditions of some insurance policies did not cover in times of a pandemic. And our guests on today's show from Upcover provide insurance for modern business owners, startups, contractors, freelancers and even gig workers. Upcover is an Australian Insurtech simplifying small business insurance for Australia's SME market, and we're going to find out the insights that they can share with us from working in the space. So welcome, Skye. Thank you for making time for the show today.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me to participate and for the great introduction. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Well, let's not delay. I'm sure the viewers are keen to hear from you. Who better than the experts from the space to share with us some first-hand knowledge of business insurance? Please tell us the significance in your perspective of business insurance for small and medium enterprises.
Yeah, sure. So in countries like Australia, insurance is absolutely integral. It's a backbone of many requirements. And if you're going to work with a certain client or in a certain industry, it's absolutely essential to have it. So Upcover itself has quite a few different types of insurance products. It's just one form of risk management for businesses. So I truly don't believe it's the be all and end all, but it is something that certainly assists businesses to get and transact business in countries like Australia.
Exactly. It does help in a major way to make a business seem more reputable. Insurance takes many forms in business, from errors and omissions, public liability, professional indemnity, and to the even more common work cover. How do you ensure the best insurance plans are made for modern business owners, especially those with the new startups?
Sure. So what we do at Upcover, and from my career of a bit more than 10 years in working in the insurance industry, it's really from working with the insurance market and leaders in the insurance market to make sure that access to insurance is very simple and easy for a startup or a small business owner or an independent contractor. So what we do at Upcover is actually make sure that we partner with market-leading insurance product providers and very, very safe kind of balance sheets. So people that have the capital to pay claims, to make sure that claims are actually going to be paid and give people that comfort of that security, because that's the whole reason why you buy insurance. And then also make sure that that product is actually going to cover events. So you made a really good comment when you were just opening about a lot of different events, particularly COVID, and there being not much cover available in the market. So that's really what we're trying to do. So we partner with, at the moment right now, we partner with a leading and award-winning underwriting agency that's based in Australia, as well as a global reinsurer. So one of the strongest balance sheets in the world, and we build out products offer products that actually are tailored for SMEs and, at the moment, health professionals, more than 300 types of occupations. So it's the kind of products that you mentioned, so professional indemnity, public liability, products liability. And the idea is that people really want to access these types of products because they have to have them to be able to actually transact in their business and offer something to clients in terms of services, but then also to make sure that they're actually being reputable, as you say, and they don't want to pay too much for this or spend too much time doing this as an activity. So our platform makes sure that people can actually access products like this in a couple of seconds and actually complete a full process or experience in a minute or two.
Oh, sounds very, very convenient. So Insurtech in Australia is on a rising edge. Tell us about the recent developments that you yourself have observed working so closely in the space occur in the market recently.
Sure. So working in Insurtech, it's been very exciting. So similar to fintech, that's been kind of emerging over the last few years and probably very entrenched. Now Insurtech is starting to really emerge. I would even say this last few months. And one really good example of this is Honey Insurance, that's just completed the largest seed fundraise in Australia of $15 million. And it just kind of demonstrates that Insurtech is probably the next kind of tidal wave of technology change and tech companies that are going to be emerging out of Australia. There's an enormous space in this opportunity, and there's not too many startups that are actually building product that can actually service, what are the big white spaces and the big opportunities, particularly for SMEs or even personalized product. Honey Insurance focuses on home and contents insurance.
Yes, well, there's no doubt the economy is definitely scaling, and we are going to see some major changes in the next few years. So yes, I expect that, as you say, the Insurtech sector will have to kind of adapt and come up with different products. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see. So let's say a person is a freelancer and has zero knowledge about business insurance, especially for the gig economy workers in unconventional businesses who may be affected by insurance premiums. What steps would you advise them to follow to begin the journey with insurance?
Okay. So if they're an independent contractor or a gig worker, depending on the platforms or who they might be working with, the first step would be to investigate what kind of insurance might exist with their potential employers or contractors, the people that are contracting them. There may be some kind of insurance or protection in place depending on the platform that they're working with. With some types of freelancers, particularly white collar workers or even health professionals, they often need to take out their own insurance. So it's just a matter of searching online, doing your own due diligence. You could also transact with an insurance broker or have a look at upcover.com and actually see and get a feel for what kind of insurance you might be able to get access to. But it certainly depends on what is required by the platform or the people that they're providing services for. Typically, it's a combination of the products that you mentioned earlier, which is professional indemnity and public liability insurance. Workers' insurance is required even for people that are self-employed in Australia as well.
Okay. And till now, Upcover.com has covered business insurance for Australians for 2.1 million small businesses plus and independent contractors. So it's a very exciting time for your business. What lies in the near pipeline for you?
Yeah, so it is really exciting. So we've kind of been in the soft launch phase just this month. So lots of excitement around the business and launching this new platform. The intention of our business is actually to kind of enable anyone that has an SME customer base or even an independent contractor workforce to be able to offer insurance so that they can make sure that their supply chain, their contractor workforce, or even their SME customers can actually be able to get additional values and benefits like an insurance product. That's kind of leveraging the loyal or trusted network of the company or association or marketplace or tech platform that we can work with. So the idea is that this platform that we've built can be completely embedded. It's API first, and it can also be co-branded. So it means that someone else can leverage. They don't have to be an insurance broker. They don't have to be regulated or worry about compliance requirements, which is really important to manage the risks of this post-Royal Commission. So what we're basically trying to do is just make insurance that's simple, easy, and affordable, accessible for everyone.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights. Being a business leader in the space, it really was valuable for our viewers. And thank you for making time for the show today, Skye. Before we close up this discussion, would you like to share any final closing comments?
I think it's just a space to watch. I mean, if there's anyone that's within like an angel investor network or looking to explore this space a little bit further, I think it's definitely worth investigating. Fundraising in this space is really kind of increasing pretty rapidly, and there's some wonderful opportunities that are coming. One example of this is Steadfast, which is one of Australia's largest broker networks, purchasing a company called Coverforce for $400 million. So that's not even a significant tech-enabled business. So there are enormous opportunities that are available here, and we can see that with the Afterpay Stripe kind of acquisition as well more recently in the fintech space. So I think it's certainly one to watch.
Well, yes, it's definitely part of running a fintech, those mergers and acquisitions. And thank you so much for sharing the absolutely vital piece of information about Steadfast. And viewers, if you've just joined us, we just had a very interesting discussion with the CEO and co-founder of Australian Insurtech, Upcover. Upcover, Ms. Skye Theodorou. And you can watch the full interview on YouTube via Kalkine Media, so keep watching for more live market updates and expert talks. And as we say, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine.